So you just bought a PSP console, you maybe purchased it at a convention, and you're wondering what games are good on this thing. What can I play? There's lots to play. People mod these things to oblivion. People say that the RPGs are abundant. People say the racing games are abundant. Or maybe you've never heard anything about the console at all. Maybe you just purchased it and you're lost. You're confused like a small child, just a little kid. His mom keeps telling you to touch grass and you never do it. You just keep playing games. Well, today I'm going to show you some games that I have for the console. I have a huge PSP collection right here. I collect for this console. So I'm going to talk about 10 side-scrolling games for the PSP. So let's just jump right into it, shall we? Starting off with the first game, we have Rainbow Islands Evolution. Now these games are games I purchased at conventions, so I haven't gotten around to playing all of these, and this is one of them. I purchased this because Radical Reggie recommended it on a video, and so I saw it at a convention and said, sweet, all right, that looks cool. So I have yet to play this one, but hey, if Radical Reggie recommended it, I'm going to try it out. So that is why I own this. Looking forward to playing that. Next up, we have Bubble Bobble Evolution. Same thing. I think I purchased this that same day at that convention. So don't know much about it. Haven't played it yet. But same thing. I think Radical Reggie also might have recommended this or talked about it at some point, which is what caught my interest about it. So looking forward to trying that out, but that is side-scroller number 2. All right, and now we're moving to some ones that I actually have tried out. We have Patapon. This one I have played. It is a rhythm game. It's pretty fun. It is obviously a side-scroller, and you kind of move your little army with the rhythm, and it's got this beat going at all times. And it's a fun little rhythm game, and it's a lot of fun to watch the little native dudes like throw spears at these giant beasts and dragons and stuff. So it's been a while since I have played this one, but it is pretty fun. I did organize these in order of my favorite, so this would be my least favorite of the bunch that I have tried, but it's still a good game. I think it's worth checking out. It's worth having on the PSP for sure. All right, next up we have Loco Roco. This game is interesting. It has an interesting mechanic with the controls. You use the trigger buttons on your PSP to kind of tilt the whole camera angle, and it causes these little blobs that you play as to like roll around, and the whole world is like really squishy, and it's just a cutesy game, but it's actually pretty fun. At the end of each level, like you rack up all the collectibles, it'll tell you how many you found out of how many there are in the level, so it gives you something to shoot for, to collect and everything. So it's a fun little, just kind of mindless game and interesting control mechanic. So I recommend this. I would check this out. Add it to your collection if you're a collector. All right, now we're getting into some heavy hitters. We have Metal Slug Anthology. I believe I picked this up at that same convention that I had the first 2 games that I purchased those at. I did get around to playing this one. It's amazing. It has 7 games on it in one disc, so right there you can't beat that. I'm not a big, this was my first time I've ever touched Metal Slug when I popped this in my PSP, and I was really pleasantly surprised. It's very fun. It's like an arcade side-scrolling shooter, a bit like Contra, I guess. I'm not really huge into Contra, so don't hate me if that's incorrect, but I found it a lot of fun. You're just running and gunning. The cartoon style, just the art style overall, I really found like pretty awesome to watch, and it's a really fun game. Well, multiple games, so definitely recommend this one. I really want to get around to playing the other titles on the disc as well. Very awesome. Definitely need to own this if you collect for the PSP, in my opinion. All right, now we have one that I am super nostalgic for. It is Little Big Planet. So cool. I can't remember if I played on the PlayStation 3 or the PSP first, but this one, I go way back with this game. So fun. The biggest memory I have with this game is playing, designing your own levels. This game gave you so much freedom to build your own levels. It's so fun. You can make pretty much whatever you want, and it's functional. You play as Sackboy, and you make him run through the course. And if you want to create like a giant spider and have it come down at a certain point and, you know, interact with you or whatever, like have it be on fire so where it kills you and like you have to dodge it, like anything you want is just, I loved the creativity with the level building in this, and I just have a ton of fond memories with it. So fun, in my opinion. Definite recommend. Such a good game. All right, so next up we have Mega Man Powered Up. This is a like chibi version of Mega Man. It's not like a remake or anything like that. It's just the art style. It's got the chibi design. That might not be for everybody, but I like the art style in this game. And what's cool is like this came with like a little sticker that's very cool. It says a Logitech Play Gear Pocket Skin. So you cut this out, and I guess you're supposed to like shove it onto your PSP. So I thought that's actually pretty cool. Hopefully that's focused and whatnot. So it came with that. I got my complete copy here. So you've got Iceman and Bomb Man. I think it looks really cute. Now you've got Fireman and Elec Man. So again, hopefully we're focusing. You've got New Time Man and New Oil Man. Time Man and Oil Man. So me personally, I have played this one, haven't made it all the way through, but I definitely recommend it. It is a fun game. And that brings me to my next game, which is actually pretty similar, but this one I have a lot more experience with, and it is Mega Man Maverick Hunter X. You'll hear me talk about this probably a lot on this channel. I love this game. It's a remake of the Super Nintendo game, Mega Man X, and such a good one, such a nostalgic one for me. I love Vile, how he kind of looks like Boba Fett. He's got that gigantic like gun. And then of course you have Zero in this game. Man, don't you love the old days when we had manuals and it would give information on the characters? I love reading character bios. I was playing Miles Morales last night and just diving into all the bios for all the characters in that game, and I love that type of stuff. So, I mean, I'm not too picky if it doesn't come physically on a manual. If it's on the game, just give me some story that I can read, because as the action's unfolding, I don't retain story. I'm like, whoa, look at that explosion, and like I get like totally distracted. So anything I can read to tell me what the heck is going on in a game, I highly appreciate. Yeah, super highly recommend this game. So good. It is a must. It's a great Mega Man game. You get powers, like, what's the word I'm looking for? You get upgrades to the movement. He can slide at one point across the floor, and it's just super fun. 2 more games, and this one is, in my opinion, probably my favorite on this list. It is Castlevania, the Dracula X Chronicles. And the reason this game, I mean, one of the reasons it's so great is because it has 3 games in one. You have Rondo of Blood, the original, that I believe was released on the Sega Genesis, and then you have the remake that they did with 3D graphics. It's very cool. Great game. They did a great job upgrading all the graphics on this game. And then you also have Symphony of the Night, which is a pretty big game, and so you have all that packed into one. It's a complete no-brainer. Yeah, I just really appreciated, again, I'm just beating a dead horse here, but like there's character bios. You have Richter Belmont, Maria Renard, Count Dracula, and then a short little just description. Like, I really appreciate that. There's one more thing I want to show you with this one, and that is the gorgeous reversible cover. Oh my gosh, absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. I love reversible covers. I usually reverse it, but that is just so beautiful. Love to see that too. I'm a big fan of when they do that. So let's move on. We have one final game, ladies and gentlemen, and the final game is Priy. Can I really be the hero? Now, unfortunately, I haven't even touched this game. Again, picked it up at a convention recently. I had to get the big box. This game looks really fun. I've been interested in Disgaea, but this seems like a good entry game because it is a side scroller and not an extremely just deep strategy RPG, which seems to be what the Disgaea series are. You have to learn a lot, and I'm not sure if I have the patience to learn a gigantic RPG of that nature, so this seems like a good way to just test the waters, if you will, and see what the Disgaea world is all about. I love this. This is so funny. It is the soundtrack, and what they called it is, can this really be the OST, original soundtrack? Because that's the name of the game. Can I really be the hero? So I thought that was cute, and really good artwork on there. Let me show you the disc as well. Look at that. Really cool. A lot of effort put into the art. Visually, I love Disgaea. Like, it's not the most visually pleasing manual. It's like black and white, probably to save on cost, most likely. But I do like the back where he's just passed out there on the back. That's funny. And I am aware that this came out on the Switch along with the second game in a bundle, but I'm all about that PSP, so I will probably skip out on that and just play it on my PSP, especially since I picked it up at a convention. Might as well probably see this reviewed at some point on this channel. And that'll do it for 10 side-scrolling games on the PSP. I hope you enjoyed. I just want to let you know that I do have a couple goals, so if you want to subscribe and help me out, I'm trying to reach 5,000 subscribers. We're on our way. Thank you so much for those of you that have subscribed recently, by the way. Thank you so much. I've been really happy with the growth lately. And another reason to subscribe is I am shooting for 200 PSP games in the collection. Currently, I don't know if you saw the last video, but I have about 103 games-ish, so 97 more games to go, and that's just the next milestone, essentially. So definitely subscribe if you want to see that journey. I take a lot of you on the journey with me and go to game stores and try to make it fun, try to make it interesting, and it's a whole lot of fun for me to film and hunt for games, and it's a lot of fun. So I'll stop yapping, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace!